Everything has come to life, better place, and a broken dream, and we'll leave it all behind. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the VeVe, OMI, DEFINITY, DEVVE, VeVeVerse, daCAT, everything update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello dashi, hello dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below, super chats as well. Guys, this might be like a 3-hour stream. There's a ton to go over here. Let's take a look at let's do Bitcoin first, because the whole market is down, but surprisingly not a ton, and I'll get into that in a little while. Bitcoin and ETH down 2%. They were down like 4 and like 6% before, but now they're down 2 each. XRP down 3.5. BNB is only down less than 1%, so that stayed pretty well. Solana down 2, Dogecoin down 5, Cardano down 3, Lido Stake down 2. So that actually the market isn't doing terribly. Now it is a red day, and there's a ton of reasons for this. Again, this is going to probably be like a 2.5-hour stream. Let's just take a look at the screenshots here since I woke up. The SEC agrees in principle to dismiss enforcement case against Coinbase. Thought that was heckin' awesome. We'll have more on this later. Bybit crypto exchange was hacked, and that's the reason for everything going down. 1.4 billion in Ethereum has been stolen. This was from the Lazarus company over in North Korea, the Lazarus group that are trying to. Now, at the face of it, it's like, oh, okay, this happens. And then you not 100% sure if Bybit was going to be solvent. There were a lot of comparisons and a lot of parallels to Do Kwon and Terra and all that, saying like, oh yeah, we're fine, we'll be good to go. We're just moving money around. If anyone ever remembers Schitt's Creek, Alexa's having breakfast with her dad, Eugene Levy, I forget his name, John, in the series. And Alexa's like, oh my God, are we like broke? Are we like poor? And John's like, no, I'm just moving some money around. It'll be fine. And then Alexa says like, Dad, I've dated enough Wall Street losers to know what moving money around means. So when you have a Bybit CEO says the exchange is solvent and all clients' assets are still one-to-one backed following a 1.4 billion crypto hack. And he says, we've experienced massive withdrawals since the 1.4 billion ETH hack, of course. And this is, again, not your keys, not your crypto. We'll go into DEVVE a little bit after this. But Bybit says that they were taking loans to cover the withdrawals. Oh, big oof. We'll go over the Brian Armstrong stuff a little bit later. Ben Zhao from Bybit says, Bybit ETH multi-sig cold wallet just made a transfer to our warm wallet about 1 hour ago. This was as of this morning. And it appears that the specific transaction was Musk. All the signers saw the Musk UI, which showed the correct address from the URL from Safe. However, the signing message was to change the smart contract logic out of our ETH cold wallet. The resulted hacker took control of the specific ETH cold wallet. We signed and transferred all the ETH into the cold wallet to this unidentified address. Please rest assured that all other cold wallets are secure. All withdrawals are normal. I'll keep you guys posted as more develops. If any team can help us track the stolen funds, it would be appreciated. Then you have CZ from Binance going and saying, not an easy situation to deal with. Might suggest to halt all withdrawals for a bit as a standard security precaution. We'll provide any assistance if needed. Good luck. Nice to know that they were doing that. That was nice. And as per Watcher Guru, it was North Korea's Lazarus group behind the Bybit's 1.4 billion hack. Zach XBT has reported that. Constituents empty. And this is what I want to, oh God, there's so much of this. I want to go over as far as, was it Brian Armstrong? Well, let's take a look at what DEVVE can do to help in this situation. And that's one of the first things we'll go over. We'll take a look at DEVVE real quick. DEVVE, that's Delta Echo Victor Victor Echo. Down about 1% on the day to about 95-ish, almost 96 cents. million in trading volume, so I'll take that. People are feeling meh, feeling 50-50 about DEVVE today. Let me go give that an upvote. Most of this volume is over on, there's a couple different places. Gate.io, LCX. I guess LCX is a good one, and then Uniswap as well. Let's take a look at what DEVVE can do to help here. Oh, and the SEC also ends the investigation into NFT marketplace OpenSea. And again, we'll get to Coinbase, we'll get to everyone later. Right now, these events, though unfortunate and distressing for the people involved, are a trigger to allow the industry to grow and innovate. DEXs will have their space, but undoubtedly DEXs with fraud and theft protection are the only way to onboard sophisticated investors. Tom Anderson says, for reference, we solved not just the Bybit hack problem, but other related dangerous issues as well. Typical SEXs work as brokerages rather than traditional exchanges. With a SEX, you put your assets into their custody. Either DEVVE exchange, you do not. You'll be able to trade directly off your hardware wallet because of contingent transaction sets, or CTSs. Therefore, there's no omnibus wallet to steal from. Also, any asset you have on our chain can have theft protections, and it can also have loss protection. If someone steals, there is recourse. Finally, there's no way around wrapping tokens like Bitcoin if you want speed and cost effectiveness on your trades. A wrap token implies that there is custody of the underlying token. In our case, there is insurance on the underlying tokens, so there is no risk to end users. The stuff the crypto space puts up with simply won't fly for TradFi situation or an institution. Everyday folks can use our protections just as easily as well. You have somebody asking, wondering if you've already thought of a patented new generation of self-custodial wallets, which could simplify the user experience and alleviate some of the concerns of the current hardware wallets, particularly in regards to managing passwords and private keys. For example, I would like to pair my hardware wallet with a list of authorized devices only. That'd be nice. As if I lose it, or if someone gets a hold of my private keys, they won't be able to transfer funds unless they have one of my authorized devices. I think Tangem has something similar to this. Anyway, I'll keep going. So not sure if the feature is already available, but surely would give me some peace of mind. And then you have Tom, again, from DEVVE saying, there's more we can do and other signing methodologies in the future, but the DEVVE fraud, theft, loss solution plus hardware wallets alleviates the pain points of current hardware wallets experiences. The hoops you have to go through to, one, make sure you don't lose your private keys, which by definition means you make it available in some way, and two, avoid theft on those keys by the fact that it is available. There's a constant innate pull between those two concepts, is a tough individual problem. When you add loss protection and theft protection, you avoid the innate push and pull between those two concepts, as there is recourse for both. Also, there's no trust needed. So yes, we solve that problem. No matter what you do, there's the availability. There is the push and pull between availability, the theft of private keys, or any access mechanism. What you describe makes it better, but the issue's still there. Part of a signature comes from a list of authorized devices. What if someone gets one of those devices? What if someone kidnaps a family member and forces you to move funds or give them the devices? What if you lose the devices? Having rules at a validator level that can set up ahead of time makes it so that you can control the outcomes even within the innate push and pull of availability versus theft. So it says, if the person wants to lock the asset more than 30 days, is it possible? Tom says, yeah, another neat thing. Let's say you lock it up longer term and an emergency comes up, you can get a loan off the assets. So our systems can be used to assure the assets as collateral, even though they can't be moved. So the lender has no risk. That is so freaking beautiful. Let me see if there's no way around. Yep. Okay. I already read that. Somebody asked, you could even restrict the authorization to a specific geolocation, your house, your office, secret place. In that case, it makes it very hard for the theft to get a hold of authorized devices, restrictions, geolocation checks, asset times, etc. Surely there are lots of additional precautions that can be introduced. Of course, if you have a gun pointed at your head, nothing else is really relevant. And Tom Anderson responds, keep in mind that we protect against the gun pointed to your head, a break-in and theft of your safe, or a kidnapping. If you set things up, a thief will have to wait an unreasonable amount of time to get access to your assets. A lot of times, the best protection is simply being less of a target than others, which means that others become the target. That's why people put signs outside their house if they have an alarm system. Also kind of like a joke where the guy slowly takes his time putting on his shoes on while a big bear races up a hill at them. The friend says, you really think you can outrun the bear? And he responds, no, but I can outrun you. And those are just words from some Tom. And this is why everyone should stay armed. This is why everybody's got to have the pew-pews ready in their, I'm not going to say where mine are, but in the vicinity of their whereabouts. And I guess I said we were going to go over the Brian Armstrong stuff too as well, right? Yeah, let's get to that real quick. Where was that? Oh yeah, so Brian Armstrong had said, great news, after years of litigation, millions of your taxpayer dollars spent, and irreparable harm done to the country, we reached an agreement with the SEC staff to dismiss their litigation against Coinbase. Once approved by the commission, which we're told to expect next week, this would be a full dismissal, with $0 in fines paid and zero changes to our business. Massive, massive win. Gotta love that for him. The rule style changing too early. I guess we should get into OMI and V. Let's get into DEFINITY real quick before we get to OMI and all that jazz. There do be some comments over here. I will go on and get to them in a minute. So we have DEFINITY. They're down about 5% on the day, and only 9,800 in volume. I guess it's better than like the 1,700 they had the other day. But 9,800 in volume. Fully diluted is $4.1 million market cap, but non-fully diluted is $3.7 million. This is one of the things that I really, really want to stack as DEVVE and OMI go up, because I do not believe I have enough of this. I would like to get more. There is 100% of the people that want it today. I just upped that as well. And let's take a look at their announcement for today. DEFINITY Markets had gone over on X and said, we've had a very productive couple of weeks from a business development perspective, with some of the leadership team traveling to the US, forging new relationships and strengthening our network over there. I wonder what that was about. I don't know. Maybe it had not. Yeah. But that's really exciting. That's really fun. Gotta love that. 100%. Maybe I should write a comic about them. Ask them to be in the comic. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the first one. So the first daCAT comic is pretty much already written. There's got to be a lot of editing for the storyboarding and stuff. It's going to take a while. At this rate, what I'm seeing is that it's easy to write, and it's very hard to get the time and the money and to have the artwork done. Art tends to be pretty hard to do, because like what I say and what I describe, and the artist has to like kind of draw their version and their vision of it. And again, that gets really hard. So that's going to be the biggest time constraint. That's going to be the biggest bottleneck for time and progression. Same thing with other YouTube videos. Same thing with other stuff. Oh damn, we got first one of this in a while. Somebody telling me to kill myself. We're gonna go in and delete that guy there. That is, I call it's pretty funny, but that is generally bad. Generally, you want to kind of avoid that online. Anyway, as for DEFINITY, them going in and paying for that right now, probably not gonna happen. But as these things roll out, as they go and roll out their crypto repo, as they roll out other utilities for the token, I'd expect this to 100x later this year, likely a couple 100x, but we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted. And then let's get to daCAT before we get to OMI. That's the big one of the day. daCAT is down about 2% on the day to just under 600,000 market cap, about 875 in volume, so not a ton there. There was somebody that posted before on X saying like, "Hey, what's your 100x's?" And then they said, if I don't see any, I'll make one myself. Like he would like make an X. I had posted like, hey, my 100x's for are DEVVE, OMI, and DEFINITY. Those are the ones that I believe. If Bump can make it, Bump can do much more than that, but we're not 100% sure what Bump's going to do. And I said like, I don't see daCAT doing 100x very quickly. Even though I'm working on it, trying to give it a lot of utility, trying to give it some revenues there, so it's not just a meme coin. Which, by the way, I'll go over meme coins in a second. Actually, I'll just go over the meme coin thing right now because it's wild. Memes over the past 30 days here, the ones that people will probably know I know there's a whole bunch of different types of broccolis. There's broccoli with like 2 C's and 2 L's. There's like multiple different spellings of it. But Lofi, broccoli, Brett, Vine, Popcat, Turbo, Nero, Fawag, Michi, Mudeng, Rizzo, Peanut, Chilgai, Whiff, Goat, SPX, Hippo, Pengu, Mew, AI16Z, Bobo, Bonk, Mog, Floki, Bit. I guess there's a different type of Bitcoin. That's a meme. TST, Sheeb, and Unicorn Fart Dust. Over the last 30 days, the one to, well, actually, the one that increased the most is got TST. TST is up 245%. So good on them. They're up 245%. But outside of that one, that's an edge case over there. The one to decrease the least is Sheeb at down only 26%. And I say, well, okay, well, that's how much decrease the least. What are the ones that are positive? Aside from TST, none of them. And these are ones that a lot of people, if you're in the space, know. Again, if you're from TradFi, you're not going to really know any of these, but people know Pengu because of Pudgy Penguins, and that was a big thing when they airdrop stuff. Broccoli's been getting that. A lot of people paying attention to several of them because I think that's CZ's dog's name. Brett has been around for a while. Popcat, Turbo, Nero, I know of Mudeng. Peanut, obviously, just because he was the squirrel that got pew-pewed. Chill Guy, Whiff. Now, I didn't know. I don't know what Goat is. I don't know what Hippo is. I think I've heard of Mew. I don't know what AI16Z is or Bobo. I know Bonk. Obviously, everyone's heard of Sheeb and Unicorn Fart Dust, but literally none of these the last 30 days is up, with the exception of TST, which is, again, up 245%. That's good on them. But the one that decreased the least was Sheeb, and it was negative 26%. Everything else, and again, in the last 30 days, you have 1, 2, 3 that are down 80%. And again, when you're down 26%, and that's the least, everyone else is down like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And again, 3 of them down 80+%. Meme coins generally don't do that well at, like, I feel like on a long enough timeline, you have, and again, these are ones that like a lot of people know. And I get it, like, well, Chavez, this is just the last 30 days. You can't really go by that. There's kind of just cherry picking data. Fair point. In the last 24 hours, you've had Goat, Whiff, Chill Guy, Peanut, Rizzo, Mudeng, Michi, Fwog, Nero, Turbo, Popcat, Vine, Brett, Broccoli, and Lofi that are actually up the last 24 hours. The last 7 days, though, you have one. You have 2. You have Unicorn Fart Dust, and you have Brett that are in the positives the last 7 days, though. All of these outside of those 2 are in the negative. So when I commented on the post before, I'd be like, I'm trying to do the best that I can for daCAT, but right now it is just a meme coin. It's a community coin. They're super strong, and again, there's a lot of talented people there, and all of this stuff will go to the future. As if you're looking at what's going to do 100x next, I would not put that on daCAT. However, I did say later in the tweet, is like, eventually, yes, I think daCAT can. And there's like, well, all right, 600K from here. That's 100x is 60 million. Chavez, you think you could make daCAT get up to a $60 million market cap? Eventually, but hear me out. That's when we're going to be on VeVe in both comic form and likely, that other form, digital collectibles. There'll be other avenues in which people will know of us, and it'll make sense when I announce the stuff later this year. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Is that going to happen this year? I mean, I'll announce the stuff this year, but that actually doing that, probably not. But also, as stuff goes up, I'm going to be acquiring a bunch of daCAT. I don't have that right now, just because, again, it's in the stuff that I think is going to run really quickly. But again, there's other stuff that, as people go in and say, hey, this actually looks really interesting, I don't have to necessarily do anything. things that people could just find out that, oh, okay, this is going to have revenue coming soon. It's going to have this, and for whatever reason, tokens get hot, and maybe this one gets hot. Anywho, speaking of which, let's go to OMI, because OMI was actually the outlier today. It was not down; it was actually up 3.5% today. 20027. A lot of this is actually in the 2.8s a couple times. That's mostly because of VeVeVerse. VeVeVerse be having a nice effect for it. And there's a lot to go over with it. It's been 20 minutes. Let's get to some comments. So Bill Gardner says first, like, yo, what up, my man? Meow, 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 meow. Bill Gardner, hope you're doing well. Says, y'all too slow. Yeah, you got that first like, bro. Got that first like. And there's a lot of terrible people here today. Chago Solo says second. How's it going, Chago? Mashishi says, hey, hey, hey. Architecture, history, art. AHA. Gotta love that. And then Jay Tours and good evening. Keep stacking those season 1 common DeLoreans. Interactive, drivable, and cheap at 6 gems. Agreed. And I think we're gonna be able to drive those in the VeVeVerse. I'm not sure. Oh, hold on one second here. I'm not sure when, but I believe that we get those at some point. It would make some poetic sense that we were able to do that. I'm not saying that we get a racing game or anything, but if they're drivable, I think that we could just make racing games ourselves. I mean, we're allowed to go into other people's VeVeVerses. I'll go in and take a look at the email and I'll read it to you. I think only beta testers got these. And be advised, guys, I was technically a beta tester. I never signed in though. And part of the reason was because I just didn't want the people in Discord just to have that info. And that's a long story for another day. But even though I technically got the invite, I never used it. I wanted to wait until everyone got it. And that's what we get right now. Dear Chavez, the moment we've all been waiting for is almost here. VeVeVerse is launching next week. This marks a groundbreaking evolution in digital collecting experience, and we couldn't have done it without you. As one of our incredible beta testers, you've played a crucial role in bringing this experience to life, and we appreciate the time and effort you've put into testing the VeVeVerse. NDA lift. We're excited to announce that starting 24 February 2025, the NDA will officially be lifted, which means you'll be able to share your incredible creations with the world. Next step. Very important aspect of VeVeVerse when it goes live to the public on 28 February 2025 is the ability for users to share and celebrate collectibles from all of the amazing licensors we work with. Key to enabling this will be the VeVeVerse community guidelines that users will need to adhere to as part of the VeVeVerse. This will mean that they're unable to upload or display any imagery or artwork that they do not own on the VeVe platform. As you add access to a testing version of the platform, this is a functionality that you previously had access to. In order to keep using the VeVeVerse, you must delete any artwork or imagery that you do not own on the VeVe platform. Failure to do so could jeopardize both your account and our ongoing ability to integrate all IPs, and we strongly recommend doing this immediately. What this means, like, hey, if you brought in something from another metaverse or any type of artwork and it has any Disney stuff on it, VeVe's not going to play those games. It's not going to look good on VeVe if somebody has like, hey, this isn't a collectible, it's Disney stuff. VeVe, why is it here? VeVe will bring that hammer down. What's worse, like, hey, the amount of money that a random user could put into the platform, and they lose that by banning the person and deleting the account? Or is it Disney say like, hey, you've had too much of these, we're not happy about that, and you like, kind of have a rift between that. So VeVe's not going to play with that. I hope everything goes smoothly, but part of me hopes that the fudders try it. Like, yeah, I'm going to bring in this, make VeVe look good, they'll ban your account. Like, and honestly, I hope that happens. Anyway, Wallace King says, "Yo, real Randy Chavez, what up?" I'm still reading the rest of these. Oh, there's also going to be premium access for 1 year for beta testers. And that's not all. As an extra perk and a token of our appreciation for the role that you played in the creation of VeVeVerse, all beta testers will be automatically enrolled in the VeVeVerse premium plan for 1 year, completely free. This exclusive membership, which we will not be launching to anybody else yet, will be applied to your account by 28 February 2025 and comes with exclusive benefits, including more rich content and VeVeVerse features. If you have any questions or need assistance, please contact our support team. We can't wait to see what you create, share, See you in the VeVeVerse. Team VeVe. For this, I don't know what this is. Again, I haven't really used the VeVeVerse. I don't know what's going to be different between the normal VeVeVerse and the premium version. I imagine that the free version will still be awesome and cool. And the premium, I'm going to say that most of the awesome stuff is probably in the free version, and that it might not be too expensive to go in and what type of perks do you get? Okay, for example, in Pokemon TCG Pocket, sorry, hydrating. In Pokemon TCG Pocket, you get, for like $10 a month, you don't get, like, normally you just get to open 2 packs per day. But if you paid $10 a month, you get to open an additional 2 packs per day. And then whenever you open your packs and complete the steps, like you log in every day, you do X, Y, and Z, you get like 3 of those little DNA things where you could use to open more packs. So like every 4 days, because again, you're supposed to get 3 of these DNA things per day, just from logging in and opening packs. At the end of 4 days, you basically get another free pack. However, if you pay the $10 a month, you actually get 4 of those things per day. So every 3rd day, you get to open a pack instead of every 4th. You get other bonuses and stuff from there. So I imagine a lot of that's going to be similar to VeVeVerse and their premium. Hey, free version, you still get to do all this amazing stuff for free. But if you pay a small amount, like $5 or $10 a month, we're actually going to give you like even more awesome stuff to do, and you could just do it, multiple times, however much. Again, I don't know what it will be. I'm very curious. I feel like Moss in that episode of IT Crowd, and Roy comes in, is like, "Oh, Moss, what are you doing?" And Moss is like, "Oh, I'm going over the kid version of Harry Potter and the adult version of Harry Potter to make sure there are no differences." Freaking love that show. It's a great show. Damn, there'd be a lot of comments. Like I said, I will get to that. The Cat Studios has the cat in the house. Oh, heck yeah, brother. Heck yeah. Gotta love it. Let's do a... So that's for the paid version. And I don't know what it is, but I guarantee you, like, and I like what they're doing. Oh, free premium for a year. If anyone's ever seen 2.5 Men, there's a episode where Charlie becomes poor again. And he's like, this toilet paper, I can't do it. Once you go with the soft stuff, you can never go back to the 1-ply toilet paper. It's horrible. And yeah, I agree. Like they're gonna give a bunch of the beta testers, all the beta testers, this free premium stuff for a year, and then in a year, the people that are used to the stuff that they're using are not just going to go back to like the free version. I guarantee it. Like, what's that that line from Vegeta? Is like, once you have a taste of greatness, you can never settle for mediocrity again. Like, once you have that premium stuff and then you get downgraded to the free version, like everyone's going to go in and be like, I'm not doing this, and they're going to pay for the premium version. Really smart. How much of that is going, again, the free version has to be fun, because if there's no fun and people aren't going to enjoy it for free, they're definitely not going to pay for it. And you really want people to have the free version for fun. I don't know if you're going to be able to take people that don't have VV accounts in here. I feel like as soon as you'll be able to, they came up with like 8 different videos today. Here's how to change the lighting. Here's how to sign in. Here's how to make your avatar. And how you sign in is with your VV logins. So I'm really curious to see if you need to have a VV account to have this. I would hope not, because if I want to go log into something and then it tells me, well, you have to make a VV. Okay, well, I'll make this account. It might be fine, but I really do want to see all these people try it out. Maybe give people like a free 30-minute whatever with their. I mean, that could be maybe not that as well, because I mean, when you, like, there are people that just don't pay for Netflix. They're just like, oh, I just signed in with a new email. I'm going to try 30 days for free. And then they sign in with another new email and they try, and there's people that just game mode system. because they just keep switching emails. Dog Boy saying, happy VeVeVerse Day. Have a drink on Cass. Aw, Cass, little pupper. So Dog Boy, I appreciate it. Take my thing there. I don't. I had a couple of drinks yesterday. Whenever I interview someone important, I have to have a couple, just to make me all loosey goosey. But I've been getting used to not drinking, and now that I did drink yesterday, my body's kind of, it doesn't feel good. So I will save that drink for another day. I promise. Likely when we go to San Diego or New York or wherever, we will go and get that bread. But I appreciate that, and I will have a drink of my water for you, sir. Until Caps, I cannot wait to meet him, and then we'll make merry together later on in the world. Anyway, where was I here? Oh yeah, smash that like button. daCAT in the house. It was the first one here. Way too easy, but more Definity. Yeah, I want to buy more too. I don't know if I'll be able to, at least not right away. So the two things that I'll be stacked. Oh, I mean, after DEVVE goes up, it's mostly going to go into OMI. I'd say 80% in OMI, 15% into Definity, and then 5% into daCAT. And it's gonna be a fair amount. And then as OMI goes up, it would likely be 80% into Definity and then 20% into daCAT. And then as Definity goes, yeah. For me, daCAT is a long-term project. Like this is my baby now, and daCAT will be that's going to be the one where I guys, I don't even own 1% of it right now. I will own several percent though, unless it just goes crazy before I get to do that, which is definitely possible. Again, things can drift for no reason. It was premium VeVeVerse equals free tour of my DeLorean museum. Oh, all right, dude. How many DeLoreans do you have? I'm very curious. Like, I want to keep hyping this up. I want to see all the DeLoreans. Let me know on that. So yeah, by the end of the year, I'll have bought like trillions of daCAT. It'll be a good amount. Anyway, yeah, the DeLorean. I feel like there's going to be wars with people that is like, Ecto 1's better, DeLorean's better, Ecto 1's better, DeLorean's better. Or maybe the Ecto 1s and DeLoreans have like this huge aha, and they join forces and they just heck up the Aston Martins. Or maybe because there's so many freaking Lambos out there, DeLoreans, Ecto 1s, and Aston Martins on one side. It's like Lamborghinis versus all. Now, granted, there's a fudge ton of DeLoreans, and there's not. It might be the opposite because there's so many DeLoreans, and there's not a ton of Lambos. It might be the opposite. You might have people saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna try to gang up on the DeLoreans, the Ecto 1s, because there's so many." Anyway, where was I? Let's do a. So that's premium VeVeVerse stuff. I think I don't know where the rest of there's a lot of other news to go over, and I don't. Let's see where we are. Greg's was all right. So I guess I have to go over just Wednesday's news and all that, and maybe a little bit of Tuesdays. Yeah, Wednesdays. Marinoffel's Roundtable says just in, market maker Wintermute plans to expand its operations into the U.S. By end of Q4 2024. No, I read that already. XRP stuff. For whatever reason, I'm not able to download Grok. Can anyone tell me why? I'm very curious because I want to use it. Cuomo plans to run for New York City mayor. That is disgusting. O'Milly says, could we see Chris Brown and Ron English toys on VeVe Official? Investigative journalist O'Milly at work. Ron English and Chris Brown had done something together, a project on Ron's Instagram that was reported. So people are just like, yeah, that'd be cool. I think that would be cool. Emoji saying, year 4, it's senior year, baby. Cap and gown already ordered, meaning that he's been on for 4 years on the VeVe app, and he's level 93. My man, getting that bread. Granison Prime says, yo, you out here killing it. It's kill season. I almost got killed by some icicles. I just wanted to tell everyone about that. He says, complete your Connor digital collectibles with this rugged 3D base inspired by frontier landscapes of the American Revolution. This is the Assassin's Creed one. Featuring scattered leaves, jagged rocks, it reflects the harsh wilderness that shaped Connor's journey. Perfect for displaying with your Connor digital collectible in AR. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks really cool. The Assassin's Creed stuff looks really cool. But so I guess we'll go, Zelensky. I feel like a lot of people are saying like, hey, he's got you got to support him because Russia's evil, and like I'm not saying that Russia is like or Putin's like a good person, but Zelensky is in year 6 of his 5-year term. He declared martial law in February 2022 and has banned elections since then. He's banned 11 political parties, passed a law in 2022 to censor journalists and combined all news into one government station. And journalists investigating his corruption get conscripted and thrown out on the front lines to die. Even Saddam Hussein held elections. That is a little redonkulous. Yesterday, the S&P closed at an all-new. How many people are buying Definity right now? I just got a couple notifications. Someone spent $700 getting it on the BNB Smart Chain. Not bad. Not bad at all. Definity buys. Let me go to see where it's at here. Yeah, it's 2.5 cents, 2.7 cents, give or take. Yeah, S&P was in at an all-time high on Wednesday, and then today it had lost 927 billion. Again, the stock market had lost 927 billion. That was wiped out from the U.S. stock market today. It was the worst trading day of 2025. But again, that's all just that's all just neither here nor there. Is it going to matter in a couple months? I don't know. We'll see. OMI had posted topics at hand yesterday. Collectibles industry, and this is on Wednesdays. Collectibles industry, VV 2025, possible verticals, sentiment, more Blackpink stuff. Mr. MC1 had posted, I'm giving away something special from my collection on this space. Hope you show up at OMI Tees. Shout out to Mr. MC1 for doing a bunch of giveaways. We love him for that. IRS is going to fire 6,000 employees as per the New York Times. Gotta love that as well. President Trump is going to sign executive order to terminate all federal taxpayer benefits going to illegal aliens. I don't know why this needed to be a freaking executive order. No illegal aliens should be receiving anything. Kulmo says, Mbaku, thank you for being a member. And I do not see, where's our man saying Mbaku forever? Well, I'll say it, forever. Omar saying, good evening. That was a great and funny show. Oh, IT crowd? What are we talking about? I forget what I was talking about, 802. daCAT Studios, what's going on, man? Meow, meow. J-Doors, evening, everyone. Keep stacking those Season 1 Common DeLoreans. I was saying 2-pack package prismatic Pokemon sold out most locations today. It's a crazy series that's making noise in the Pokemon community. I gotta go take a look at that. Where was I? Cause raises the cat in the house. Don't be late. Get yourself a bag. I will go crazy with the cat as the bull market cycles on, and I can't wait for people to see what I'm planning to do. VV Ben says, I need more DeLoreans too. My dream for VeVeVerse is be able to access Hill Valley past, present, and future via the time machine. Ooh, that's a good one. Also, thank you for being a member. Yeah, what type of movie sets will people make? You know, the movie sets for Back to the Future is also the set for Gilmore Girls. Didn't know that, did you? K-Man 300, give me those diamond hands. Walrus King, thank you for being a member and saying Aliens vs Avengers 3 was epic, bro. I was pumped. I was heckin' pumped. Very, very excited. The first one was so good. The second one was all right, and then the third one was really good too. I'm very, very excited. Very, very excited. President Trump says he's considering giving 20% of Elon Musk's Doge savings to Americans and 20% to paying down the debt. Thinking by late 2026, early 2027, each household would get $5,000. I think that's amazing. Also, the SEC acknowledges 21 shares filing to allow staking for its spot Ethereum ETFs. Also, President Trump says he ended Joe Biden's war on Bitcoin and crypto. Crypto to the moon. President Trump says he is committed to making America the crypto capital of the world. Do it, Trump. Pump our bags. Get that bread. Federico's Randy. What's up with the Luke Skywalker price? I don't know. What's it at? Let me tell me. Jason Pena, thank you for being a member. Saying ready to race for pink slips in the. Oh, that would be awesome if you could do that. I mean, to be honest, when Brock McBlockchain had put out that gambling thing for his fiches, you know, like the BattleBot stuff, people could bet like a lot of OMI, and I'm surprised that didn't take off because that was like Gambleholic City. Like I'm really surprised that didn't take off. But I think people will be able to have these side bets and they'll do whatever. And like, I'll race you for your $6 DeLorean, or like obviously race for like a secret rare Lambo would be dope. Yeah, that'd be wild. I don't know. Could we do that? There's got to be a way. Now maybe the way is Vivi's probably not going to advocate for that. But again, if we're just able to drive the cars, I'm not saying we're able to get that right away, but if we're just able to drive the cars, you should be able to race. And then we could just have like that public scrutiny. Okay, this collectible for this collectible or whatever collectibles or whatever's on the line, it's public, and then whoever wins, you know, obviously the person has to honor that and pay up, or if they don't, ostracize, kick them out. Man, there's a lot of bad people in today. The Sketch Lab says most meme coins are all generally have the same routine. Have to be early on them because once they run and become popular, it's for the most part a wrap. It's pretty much gamble. Yeah, no, agreed. Like 99% of meme coins that are out there are just they're like scams, rug pulls. Why would you stack DeLoreans with a ton of additions versus Lambos with low additions and more clout? It's fun. First Love West, thank you for being a member. But yeah, it's fun. Like, why do I have like 200 plus alligator Lokis? It's fun. Like, I'm not gonna. I like those Lokis are never gonna be worth like a fortune, but they're just fun to have. They're fun to go on and be like, yeah, I got a bunch of these and become Gator Lord. One says, hi all, yeah, VeVeVerse is here. I'm really curious on. I know we're supposed like. Let me try to gather my thoughts here and make it not a jumbled mess. What VeVe is likely doing is they're saying, hey, this time right here, VeVeVerse is built, and we want our people to enjoy it for what it is before the masses come in. And picture an episode of not Rocket Power. Otto, Reggie, Twister, and Squid. They build like this, like they build a couple of half pipes, like because the skate park had closed down, and they charge kids, you know, however much to do it, and what they never got to enjoy the fruits of their labor. They never got to enjoy what they built. They built it, and then they started having kids like come on, they would charge however much to use it. And it was kind of an all work no play. And I feel like that is one of the things that VeVe's trying to avoid here. One of those things meaning, hey, if we put this out and we mass market it, it's going to be a bunch of people that have no idea what VeVeVerse is, and then the VeVe peeps, and the VeVe peeps are going to get like overrun. So I think that's what they're doing here is they're saying, hey guys, enjoy it, and the solitude and the whatever, like with each other while it lasts. Because in Q2 we're going to turn up marketing. Have they said that? No, but again, when you have a metaverse, and very very few projects have this. When you have a metaverse, you're going to want to market it. As of right now, we've seen the VeVeVerse showcase, we've seen all this, and there's videos of it, but I see no partners. I see no mass marketing campaign. I see no announcement. Like I see them advertising it on YouTube and on X to their already the audience that's already here. But with something like this, you generally do want to have a lot of advertising. And the reason why I think they're not is just so that the people that are here right now can kind of enjoy it for what it is before it just gets overrun. And again, the affiliate marketing program, how are you supposed to advertise something when nobody knows how to play it, nobody knows how to use it? So I think what they want is for people to get used to it first and then decide, hey, you have this many hours logged in VeVeVerse. You're known for this, like, and then say, like, hey, we're gonna pick you guys for the affiliate program if they want. And then that way they know what they're talking about. And I think that would be better. Like if you're going to somebody like Orange Bag Lady is always in all of these types of metaverses, she would be a better choice than most, including me, to try to tell people about the VeVeVerse and how it compares to other open worlds, because she's just in those all the time. And I'm just not, and most people aren't. But for that crowd that's in there that are going to want to check it out, she would be like the perfect spokesperson for it. You could have artists be like, "Hey, this is really cool. How'd you do that?" Then you get the vault builders for that. As far as general knowledge about the company, that would obviously be me, or just any other, crypto rain, Dr. stuff, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe not having a specialized knowledge in the actual VeVeVerse, although we plan to get that. I hope we can be able to stream from there. I'd love to have my avatar in there. I made a comment on one of their videos. I'm going to be long, tan, and handsome. It's a SpongeBob reference. But I would love to have a fun-looking avatar over there and then be able to stream from there. That would be really cool. Comment down below if you do that. Schedule says, yes, as a comic and a cartoon artist myself, I can attest that doing the art takes a good amount. Yeah, the art's the most. Art is the most. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah. This is wild. Funding. President Trump seeks to abolish the IRS. Oh, like that is, oh my God. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says that again. President Trump seeks to abolish the IRS. That would be amazing. Get out of my tax dollars. Damn, Grok can sing on the app. That's nuts. President Trump confirms he supports a Doge dividend tax refund for every taxpayer. Obviously, we wouldn't get that anytime soon, but in a couple of years, that'd be nice. Oh, also, Taco Bell unveils a $777 Las Vegas wedding package with Elvis, tacos, and hot sauce bouquet. Guys, I never really wanted to get married, but I would do it just for the Taco Bell wedding package. Honestly, I might do that and I just have a fake marriage. Taps did propose to me in Vegas, so maybe I'll just send him this. Hold on, let me share. Can I send this via text? Messages, select recipients, taps, next, and I'll say, remember when you proposed, and then give me those eyes, and I'll send him that stuff. Okay, cool beans. Schools have spent nearly $200 billion of Rona relief funds with little oversight or impact on students. $393,000 to rent out a Major League Baseball stadium. Jesus, man. $86,000 in Caesar's Palace hotel rooms, $60,000 in swimming pool passes, and even an ice cream truck. Oh, the ice cream truck, I think, is fine. And maybe the pool. Maybe they're teaching kids how to swim. And it says all this money was drawn with zero documentation. Okay, I see what I put that there. There's $4 billion left, and the new used gov is setting a simple new rule. All grantees must provide receipts for every purchase before funding is released. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Citi Field, formerly Shea Stadium, had posted Blackpink in your area. Blackpink 2025 World Tour is coming to Citi Field on July 26, 2025. And you know it's a shutdown. I unfortunately will not be able to make that, even though I love New York, even though Blackpink is awesome, and I kind of want to go. That is San Diego Comic-Con. So I will unfortunately be able to make it there because I love San Diego Comic-Con. And VV Fam Bam and Jay Green had teased the other day that it's like, hey guys, you remember what we did last year? We had the Deadpool and Wolverine event that we did. She said, what if we did it again for Fantastic Four? And I was like, oh, girl, that would be amazing. So I really hope they do something like that. Again, VV Fam Bam and Jay Green have done that before. Now that they've done it before, it might be easier for them to do it on this one. I would like to see this multiple times a year. I wouldn't say that we should have this like every month, but I think a few times a year we should be able to meet up like this and do something like that. Mr. MC1 says, new chapter in the life of VeVe. As the data and dev cost of hosting a metaverse is high, makes sense to have a free version for light use and a paid version for premium features, etc. Also ensures they can continuously develop profitably. That's a great point. That is a great point. You definitely want that. Let me go give him my smile there. Where's it's coming from Yale, I think, right? Yale researchers found out Rona spike protein in blood 709 days after getting the jab, positing millions of long Rona patients may actually be jab injured. Glad I didn't get that. Anyway, anyone coming out against Doge, people are going to assume is in corruption. I really want to find out who's on this money laundering scheme. T+0. Oh, okay. This is going to be for some, or maybe it's not. Okay, there's somebody that posted in the DEVVE official group saying T+0 is indeed the holy grail for financial transaction settlements. I work as chief architect designing digital payment solutions for a large company. We work with all major payment providers and use payment processors gateways such as Braintree to facilitate the payments with acquirers such as banks and credit cards. Nowadays, bank payments have 48 to 72-hour settlement, which are a huge pain in the butt since it requires to build the back-end reconciliation process and manage everything that could potentially go wrong during those 48 to 72 hours, including frauds, disputes, reversals, etc. A lot of OPEX, which is daily operational expenditures, are devoted to remediate the deferred settlements. Now imagine that DEVVE Exchange will introduce with instantaneous guaranteed settlements on trading commodities, physical assets like precious metals, no clearinghouse involved, no middleman, no reconciliation issues, and no scope for fraudsters. DEVVE will be at the core of this market, which makes trillions of dollars. Agreed. Preach. Yeah. The tours of the premium version of the VeVeVerse includes a free tour by yours truly of my hundreds of DeLorean Commons parked up in the shape of a giant flux capacitor. That is so freaking cool. I gotta love that. My Loki Gators versus your DeLorean. I'm not gonna lie, DeLoreans would run over my Gators, but it's still cool. How many do you have? I'm still curious. How many do you have? I have 200-ish alligator Lokis, and I'm wondering how many DeLoreans you have. Also, David, you may. Oh, I don't know if I should go over this. I will say that I remember when I hadn't seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet, but my friend Phillips had, and I said, what can you tell me about the movie without any like spoilers? And he said, Thanos' presence is felt. And I was like, okay, all right, that's interesting. So without saying what it is or what he was talking about, and I imagine that it got leaked elsewhere, but I'm not gonna be able to fucking leak it. David had made a appearance somewhere the other day, and he was talking about things that he's planning to do. And I feel like slowly but surely he's making his presence felt. And he's telling people that, like, hey, we had to build VeVe for a couple of years, and we're finally rolling a bunch of stuff out. What did he tell Mr. MC1 last year? Yeah, it was at South by Southwest. And Mr. MC1 had gone to him and was like, hey, David, I really want to go and talk to you about some MCP ideas I have. And before Mr. MC1 could move on, David said, my focus this year is on the OMI token. And well, it seems that they've been working on that for quite a while. I think within the next 6 months, you see a whole brand new brand. I think within the next 3 or 4 months, you see movement on the token. I think that's for stuff moving out, but in the next 6 months, I think the effects of that will be really felt. That's all I'll say about that. Anyway, John Cena followed daCAT. I thought that was really cool. John Cena going off and following him. It was great. Now, granted, he follows like almost 1 million people anyway, but it's still fun. Please do hit the like button. Yeah, smash it, smash it. Oh, hey, Ben Rose. Didn't see you there. How's it going, fam? Meow, meow, meow. Ben, as much as I would like to, I'm not even going to say that, but anyway, I talked to Taps and I said, hey, remember when you proposed and I showed him the Taco Bell Unveiled 777 Vegas wedding package, and Taps responded, ha ha ha, that's the place to do it. So even though Ben Rose, even though I love you, I am betrothed to another, and I will unfortunately have to. I've never asked you to marry me, but I will not be able to now because, again, I am promised to Taps. I love that man. I should introduce you next time. Anyway, moving on for the next stuff. What do I do to help? Oh, Fisha's news. Go to Fisha's website and participate in the ongoing drop. It's $5 USDC to grab a collectible via promo code redemption with VeVeOfficial. In fact, let's do a Fish giveaway as well. Let's do that because you'll be getting, and you'll already be getting a bonus. Thank you collectible from me if you just purchase one. If you test out more by buying multiples and you get 10 purchases during the drop, you'll get an animated water slide collectible from me, Rock Blockchain. Plus, your purchases will help contribute to the global goal to unlock even more. Just test the drop. If you run into snags, let me know. That's it. If we can burn through these goals, I will keep adding more. The goal is to test the drop system, get fun collectibles, and get extra rewards from the ecosystem I'm hoping to continue to create. My hope is it's a win-win, and it tipped in the fans' favor, and he's attached to Mega Thread and all that. So yeah, let's do a Fish giveaway, shall we? What's going to be? I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling all right. I was thinking, hey Arnold, but maybe that's a little too. Maybe Angry Beavers. I was gonna say something like, "Oh, did you know that a Pokemon was mentioned in Angry Beavers? What Pokemon was it?" And it was Weedle, but obviously nobody's gonna know that except for me. So it's got to be hard enough that only a couple of y'all will get it, but not so hard that nobody gets it. What was the last number 41 logo that I have acquired? I will repeat that again. What was the last number 41 logo that I had acquired? The first person to answer will get a Fish giveaway promo code. Yeah, damn, Kumo's up to 200 in Bakus. My God, man, I have like 20 of them, maybe 22. I need to get more. I said the last one. There are 2 VV logos, Kumo. There are 2. To which are you referring, Kumo? Because there are 2 gold logos. There are 2 like there are well, I mean there are 2 gold ones. I think I just gave this away. Obviously, I have all of the 41 gold logos, but which was the last one? Ray Jocelyn got it, the version 2. Yes, it was the version 2 logo was the last one. The red one originally was the last one, but the version 2 logo I had gotten several months prior, sometime last year. So Ray Jocelyn, DM me over on Twitter, and I'll send you the promo code. Congrats on getting a Fish drop. Congrats. Oh God, where was I? Yep, smash it. I stake VeVeVerse to get access to Venice AI on base. I'd like to stake OMI to get free. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. So there were a couple of people saying like, hey, for the premium, they should be able to, to take OMI for it. Love where your head's at. Love that. However, for VV to take payments for that in OMI, they would likely have to sell the OMI, and you don't want that. For the subscription, you want fiat. However, any type of like, let's say they have these like little ducks, whatever they are, right? And let's say these are like $1, and they make an infinite amount of them, and you could just have so many of them in your showroom. That would likely be sold for an OMI, VV couch, a VV whatever. I think those types of things would be sold in OMI, and I think a good amount of that should get burned. Originally, that's what they had said. They had said anything that's available for sale in the VeVeVerse or OMI will get burned. Now, granted, that's an old thing that they talked about here. Is that something that they're going to say like, hey, you know what, we'll do that? People got excited about it. That would be great. That'd be a lot of fun. That'd be great for the burn. And honestly, OMI to land now. Hold on, Ray Jocelyn just messaged me because he won my giveaway. So I will send him yeah, paste this. All right, you got that, bread. Ray Jocelyn, congrats, and go continue on. Good. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I right now, because and again, we'll go. The SEC clearly is not going after anyone anymore. I would like to see someone, and I know they're not going to be public about it. They shouldn't be public about it. But in the background, I would really like to see or know that someone's like, hey, okay, we're going to do OMI to land now. We're going to do all the stuff that we said we would do, but we couldn't do because, again, the SEC was going after everyone because they're trash. But now you have a new SEC. Now you have a new, it's just new everything. So obviously none of that can happen in a day or even several months. If they start working on it now, maybe in the next 2 years, you can get OMI to land. I think that would likely be something that should happen. They might decide like, hey, we can do this. It's just not worth it for X, Y, and Z. And I understand that health of the business comes first. But I also think that David, Dan, Dr. Profit own a whole bunch of OMI, and getting people to burn their OMI for land would be legit. I would burn the fudge out of my OMI for some land. Anywho, premium VeVeVerse equals free tour of my DeLorean. Yep, Cool Mouse has been increasing my bag of DEVVE DCA, baby, dude. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Oh, we got some mobile app updates here. VV Digital Collectible says mobile app updates. IVV fam. Ongoing updates to our mobile app continue. Our latest update version at 2.12 is now available. Latest updates is it helps bug fixes and enhancements to keep things running smoothly. Please stay tuned for the latest app updates and announcement. I'm going to go off and say awesome. Awesome possum. It was awesome. You're awesome. Now, where was I? Jason Payne, thanks for being a member. Saying Ron English illustrated Chris Brown's album cover. Fame, super dope. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. Gotcha. Where was that? Member says I'd also like a little more Senate, but yeah, I'd like 75 and it starts. I know, right? I do think that gaming is completely out of the narrative. Like nobody's talking about gaming, and that's why like nobody's really talking about Earth 2's essence. Earth 2's essence is at 5.3 cents per token. Stupid low, 42,000 in trading volume. Let's check out Spores real quick. Spores is $319,000 market cap. Let's go to their X real quick. To the Spores network. They have 173,000 followers. That's like $2 for each follower, and that's their market cap. Spores Network. Now, granted, Spores Network posted something 9 hours ago, and it got no engagement. It got no likes, no shares, no bookmarks, no comments. 16 hours ago, it got 1 like. Damn, maybe Spores is like dead. A day ago, it got something. You posted something. It got 4 likes, got a comment, but damn, they got nada. Veritas Protocol overview. No, are these followers like fake? Because they ain't. Okay, 2 days ago, so Final Countdown, Fifth Dimension, IDO, and State 1 strategic sale. They had 3,100 impressions, which is far better than anything else I've seen. So maybe Spores ain't it, man. Maybe they. I mean, they had a space the other day. On the 19th, they got 3,100 engagement on it. 3 days ago, they got some like voucher drops, 16,000 impressions. Okay, so But the past couple days, man, they've had no traction. We'll see what Spores gets to do. But yeah, let's go with Senate here real quick and see what they're at. Damn, these guys are at 1.7 cents at a $2.1 million market cap. Fully diluted is 2.9 million. 10,000 of volume. Yeah, that's not a lot. Let's check Illuvium real quick. Illuvium down 2.6% to $18, dude. This is so, and even still, it's still higher than OMI. It's still got a $135 million market cap, 176 fully diluted. So it still has more room to go down, but damn, this price has been savage. It's down 80% this year. I want to check on Flow real quick. Flow had a bunch of gains the last couple days, but today it's obviously down a bit, as is everything except for OMI. $812 million market cap. 52 cents is pretty nice for Flow. I would like to get more. Again, I'm just really, really just kind of tight for cash. It's already in a bunch of crypto. More things. Zelensky messed up today for not confirming deal with USA. It was space about it this morning. Zelensky is, he's not doing anyone any favors. Jason Pena saying Back to the Future, Clock Tower, diorama. Here for it. Oh yeah, get that bread. SketchUp's AI tool is fine, but I don't agree with using AI for a comic. Lacks artistic soul and originally unique style. Agreed. Or as you talked about Schitt's Creek. Oh yeah, that was a great show. I love Schitt's Creek. Oh, so good, so good. Let me check DEVVE once more real quick here. 96 cents, 95, not close to 96. All right. Oh no, I lost my spot in my screenshots. I don't know where to. Oh, that was yesterday, right? Was that? Oh, fudge, that's all today. Hold on, I have to find out where the. Oh my God, this is so stupid. That was yesterday, right? I'm sorry, I'm tripping here. I have. Oh, okay. All right, there it was. Went over the feature stuff. Comics and Crypto says first edition of classic games are today's grails. And he's looking at Mario 64, Legend of Zelda, original Mario Brothers, and Pokemon Red. Says find them sealed or even open in good condition, and you found gold. Gotta love it. Diddy's lawyers quit, huh? Yeah, I see that. That makes sense. I would not want. I wouldn't. Yeah, nobody's gonna take that case. This is so stupid. Sorry. Guys, I have to let you know that I only block people for like legit, like there's, you have to do something really kind of messed up. What one would be, I can't even say what this guy did. One is just like, hey, if you just like kind of just always shitting on OMI and VeVe, okay, I'm just gonna block you for that just because you're not helpful and nobody likes you. But if you're on, like, I don't know if people know that what they reply on and what they post and what is like public. If you're acting crazy, like, dude, what is wrong with this person? Yeah, that's like the only other time where I would block you. Anyway, DEVVE goes on and posts the use cases for blockchain adoption are endless, at least when it comes to DEVVEX. Think beyond the usual: identity verification, voting systems, notary services, copyright protection, and more. We plug into existing Web 2 structures easily through RESTful API and solve real-world challenges for business. That's how useful the blockchain can be. Michael Saylor says there's only room for one nation state to buy up 20% of Bitcoin. And he says, I think it will be the United States. Says, I could be the United States, and I think it will be the United States. Dub Breezy says, the cat in the house, brother. How's it going, fam? Yum, yum, yum. One more saying, the Prismatic series has done 61,000 in sales and secondary on eBay. Can't imagine how many more outside of eBay. Yeah, probably an insane amount. G Money says, important to note that low edition comics get 50% point bonus, 50% points from an MCP. Why isn't VeVe talking about that? Low edition should also be highlighted in the market. Nobody's going to hunt for the number retained by VeVe in order to calculate. I got lucky the other day. I got a secret rare number 33, Aliens vs. Avengers number 3. Oh, that was dope. Also, yesterday, you got 1,120 MCP points for having 10 million. Guys, less than $3,000 worth of OMI gets you 1,120 MCP points every day. Heckin' nuts. Yeah, that's nuts. I'm getting quite a lot here. Getting quite a lot. Let me move on something here. Okay. Mo Collection says, yo, what up, Mo? Meow, meow, meow. As I've never seen a straight man in his 30s want to marry another man. You just got to be comfortable enough with your masculinity to be like, yeah, totally married Taps. Totally married Ben. Cool dude. But Ben be married though, and honestly, so is Taps. I like you have to know this is all a joke, right? Like you got to know, right? Like you can't be that dense, right? I'm gonna try to have my cat Uno as my avatar's head in the VeVeVerse. Might as well keep the branding. Yeah. Oh god, that'd be great. I'd like to be a cat too. So I could just like. Do you guys know what the cat paw is? Back in like 10 years ago, whenever someone was like carrying something, you're like cat paw, and then you like smack it out of their hands. It was a fun game. Honestly, guys, the late 2000s and early 2010s was just a wasteland of near extinction. It was just lawlessness every day. It's yeah. It was the wild, wild west, and in the people just did annoying stuff, and it just made us laugh, like Rick rolling. And anyway, no, I would love to be a cat, but if anything, I could when eventually the cat gets on VV, I'd probably use that as my avatar. His pain says, "Did you cover Fort Knox? I swear if they're just going brick, one brick late, gold will be going down, bro." I didn't, but I can. There's lots to go over there. It is assumed that the government corruption is deep on both sides. And in 2014, Germany wanted a bunch of their gold back. And for those of you that don't know, like there's different types of gold, even on the bars. Bars, I think, weigh like 27.5 pounds. And usually each country has their own stamp on the gold to know that it's theirs. And it's a thing that I don't think anyone can really maybe they can replicate it. It'd be really hard. And in 2014, Germany wanted their gold back. And the US is like, okay, we melted it down first, though. And Germany's like, what? And he was like, yeah, it was just easier to transport. Guys, the fact that they either did not or could not give Germany their gold back, I think suggests or confirms that people be stealing out of there. And nobody's been in Fort Knox in like how many years? Like decades. So I do not like when Elon says like, yeah, we should live stream it, and all the politicians like, "Urgh." I'm so heckin' curious what the gold is there, who stole it, and then honestly, yeah, have the US just sell all their gold, buy Bitcoin, buy crypto. That would make such a perfect move, because not only do you devalue the asset that China, Russia, and everyone else have that you don't like, but then you use that to buy crypto, and the crypto is essentially free, bro. Global says, I'm up 200 Mbakus. That is insane. Oh, actually, what I need to do is something that I have not asked y'all to do yet, but I will ask right now. As soon as I can freaking find it. Oh, yes. If y'all can just go smash that like button, it's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon. Smash that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Yeah, liking it's really good. I was saying, well, poor Ben and Tap. Yeah, love those guys. Ooh, Ben says we do make noise about MCP benefits of low mints. I cannot click that link, but it was a VV status, so I will click on the VV. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why. I know you guys had a post the other day about it. I'm gonna try, and I think it was on Instagram too. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. Shout out to XRP Mission for reaching level 100. That's amazing. Waitlist now close. Reposting Millie stuff, and comic stuff, and I can't find. I know I saw it. Well, I know what you're talking about. But I think it was on Instagram, which is fine. And I know what you're talking about. I don't know if they said that. I know what you're talking about, and I feel like I've said that like 3 times already. So I'll quit while I'm ahead. Where was I? Oh God, so long ago. What do you think of the chance that OMI hits 003 this year? I mean, I expect it to go to 10x that. So yeah, I don't know, like 99% chance. Now I get it. That's like a 11x from here. It's like, Chavez, do you really think, we can go to like a $800 million market cap? Should be easily. This is the only company that's doing anything like it. Or I shouldn't say that. This is the only company that is successfully operating, at least on the numbers that we're talking about. Depending on how you define success too. You could have other platforms that are successful because they're not dead and they're still around. But yeah, the chances of them hitting like an $800 million market cap are exceedingly strong, in my opinion. Obviously anything can happen, but yeah, that should happen pretty much just on accident. Call Me Filthy says morning. Good morning. Cool says well done. GGZ Ray. The door says 2 a.m. here. Gotta sleep. Have a great day. OBL. Hey, I was talking about you before. All good things. All good things. It was mostly on the, what was it? Saying that you would be a really good spokesperson to talk to other people about the VeVeVerse. Because if VeVe is going to go out and promote it, and they decide like, hey, we need a couple people to pick from, I don't really have experience in many other metaverses, and you do, so you could be able to like, oh, I like VeVeVerse has this, which is similar to this one. It's better than this one, maybe much to be desired compared to this one, but you would probably be a really good person for that, because again, I don't really have experience in other metaverses. As far as comics and stuff, obviously get Sleeping Comics and Crypto, all those guys, but for general knowledge on VeVe, they'd likely go to me, but for you, yeah, that would be really cool to see you out there. When VeVe decides to market, I could imagine they'd probably be like, hey, OBL, this is your wheelhouse. Can you get us that bread? So I think in Q2 they go hard on marketing for VeVeVerse after everyone's had a little bit of time to say like, hey, I'm kind of used to it now. I do X, Y, and Z. And especially if those cars become drivable. Yeah. Hi there, Hayes. I don't know much outside of OMI. How's OMI compared to other coins you've invested in? Their principles, they're real. Oh God, my blankie. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Every now and then when I lean forward, I lose my blankie. Okay. The principles, the real utility, excitement around the coin, etc. Where does OMI stand as a whole? That is a complicated question, but I'll do my best to answer it. Their principles. I mean, their principles in digital collecting are great, and the principles in, let's say, DEFFinity's onboarding of institutional clients are also great. So they're all great principles, but they're different. Remember when Uncle Phil said in that episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, talking to Carlton, Will, Ashley, Hillary, he's like, I love you all differently, but equally. And obviously, that was a lie. Parents always have a favorite. But in the spirit of that, they're just different. So it is hard to compare to other tokens that I've invested in, because DEVVE is all about just like bringing TradFi on. DEFFinity is all about bringing institutions on, and I guess the gambling as well. daCAT is obviously a meme coin turned utility coin where they're going to have just some type of revenue. VeVe obviously has a lot of revenue. I don't know how many tens of millions, but probably grossing well in the 9 figures over the last few years. I mean, you don't sell like 12 million NFTs without without grossing over 9 figures. But or I shouldn't say that. I should say transaction value would be in the 9 figures. As far as other stuff that can compare to OMI, what it's like, no one else doesn't. Maybe Flow, because every other like Recur didn't have a coin. It failed. It didn't fail because it didn't have a coin. It failed because they didn't take care of the IP, and they overspent, and yada yada. You know the drill. Kind of same thing with Hero, where you have like one product and that's it. I don't know what happened with the Game of Thrones NFTs where they launched and it was trash. They did something similar with like Lord of the Rings. They did like, I think Harry Potter's on like Wax. I'm ashamed to say that my first appearance on the blockchain is on Wax. Earth 2, they put out trading cards. I was on it. I was on an official Earth 2 trading card. I thought that was awesome. They gave me, it was pretty sweet. Bared the official Earth 2 logo. My face was on it. And I think they're worth pennies now. I maybe not even. So yeah, Wax also tries. So there's really not much else that you can compare OMI to. Maybe Flow. And it flows like the jocks. They have UFC Strike, NFL All Day, NBA Top Shots, and it's great. And again, these moments are so powerful. 1 o'clock back 3-4 years ago. Yeah, you had a PFP project. Cool, you made money, and guess what? You only had like these 2D images, like these 2D JPEGs. That is not going to fly anymore. 2D JPEGs are not going to fly. You are going to have to have something extra, and with that something extra that Flow has on the Dapper Labs and the Flow blockchain is these moments. It's not just a static pic. It's like actual video, and it's like, oh my god, like they're going to do so freaking well this bull market. And again, they paid like a $6 million lawsuit, whatever. And this is why VeVe created Stacker, or they tapped Dr. Profit on the shoulder and say like, hey, create Stacker for us. And he's like, well, fudge, okay. Because if you were in an enclosed ecosystem, according to the SEC a few years ago, oh, that's a security, and they they tried to get him for it, and they paid $6 million. Obviously now it's different, but that's what VeVe did to, I think, separate themselves, is that they cared what happened long term. If they didn't, they would have gone insane. Token would have gone insane, but then the company might not exist right now. I just farted so badly, so sorry. So their principle in making sure that the long-term health of the company was number one priority. Perfect. Great for long-term investing. Real world utility. I mean, real world, like, hey, in El Salvador, where everyone has to accept Bitcoin. Yeah, that's real world. Like you can buy a cup of coffee with it. You can do whatever. Obviously, nobody's buying coffee with OMI. You could go on and probably have a deal with some people that like it, and say like, hey, Chavez, I'll give you 100 million OMI for Dashi. Dashi's probably worth more, but I would do it. I would do it because that's a lot. Like that's going to be worth a lot of money one day. But those type of examples are few and far between. The real world utility of just being able to pay your gym membership with OMI or whatever, like that's not going to happen anytime soon. But as far as, and again, outside of the VeVe ecosystem where you have Stacker, hey, you can go in and you can buy these collectibles that you can play with an AR. You can use in the VeVeVerse. You can read them if they're comics. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. That would be, yeah, that's really cool. Oh, hiccups. So as far as that, you do have it. Pot2 Weber says, can someone please build a way for me to display my collectibles on my smart TV? Use smart TV app. Need a lawyer? Call me. build an app. Not me, Sullivan, Galeshaw, and I said, yeah, he's a good dude. I remember him telling me a few years ago that at 11 a.m. his entire law firm would stop whatever they're doing, and they would all go for the drop. That was like the coolest story. I think we were at like a Christmas party. And it's like, yeah, 11 a.m. We all kind of just stop. We go for the drop. I was like, are you kidding me? That was so cool. Yeah, I love you, Pop Leper. I will need your services soon enough. Oh God, where was I? Um, so real utility, you get that over on Stacker. So I think that's really good. And again, similar to Dapper Labs Flow. Excitement around the coin. The excitement around the coin at this point it likely cannot get any lower. I mean, you could always go lower. But that's going to turn around at some point. Like I'll give you an example here of some other excitement that I was looking at. Bitcoin neared $100,000 and ETF volumes topped 750 billion. And spot Bitcoin ETFs have now surpassed 750 billion in total trading volume, dominated by BlackRock's IBIT. On Friday morning, Bitcoin edged close to $100,000, its highest price point in a week. When you have stuff like that happening, the noise of, oh, Bybit got hacked and it's North Korea, like I don't want to. I love being this conspiracy theorist. Most likely, it's just an independent group in North Korea that got away with something, and maybe they won't because now people know who it is. The market cap for all of crypto is still 3 trillion. This a few years ago, this same exact thing destroyed FTX, and there's blood in the streets everywhere. Hundreds of billions, not trillions, lost. But today, in a bull market, Bybit seems like they're surviving. Also, I have to go on and take a look at Brad Garlinghouse. Actually, I might have a screenshot of this. Yeah. So Brad Garlinghouse, who's got 1 million followers over on X. Actually, I'll go for Jeremy Hogan first, or should I go with Paul? Yeah, let's go with Paul. Paul Grohl, 91,000 followers over on X, saying, case dismissed. 2 words that every defendant in every case yearns to hear. Today, we can announce upon full commission approval of SEC is dropping our case. There will be no settlement or compromise. A wrong will simply be made right. We still have work to do, and we can't take our eyes off the ball. Legislation is critical to ensuring this type of unlawful behavior does not happen again. We won't stop fighting until we have the clear rules needed to enable the industry to truly thrive in the United States. Collaboration will be key. We look forward to working with Congress and SEC staff on this next phase of progress. I want to thank the amazing legal team at Coinbase and our lawyers at Watchdale and Sullivan and Cromwell, who worked tirelessly on this misguided witch hunt. And thank you to Brian Armstrong, Emily MC, and our board. We got to change the playbook for how a public company responds to a lawsuit from a major regulator. Now the US can finally get back to doing what it does best, building innovative tech that improves the world. Why is this important? The SEC is no longer going after Coinbase. And I think this gives us a little bit of room for OMI to go on there when it's time. I don't think it's time right now because VeVeVerse is not yet rolled out, although that'll be rolled out soon. And Stacker is not yet rolled out, even though I think the thumbnail for this is Stacker. I don't know what the thumbnail of this is. I posted it before. It was, I had reposted it. On January 30th, Stacker said, we expect a couple more weeks in beta, but probably more IPs when we're out of beta. Now that couple of weeks, I mean, it's already been a couple of weeks. So I'm going to give them until sometime early Q2. Give them another like 8 weeks till they're out of beta and they're rolled out. Once they're rolled out of beta, we have a couple more IPs that we can use OMI for. And VeVeVerse is in maybe not full swing by then, but people are getting used to it. That will likely be the time where they roll out the affiliate marketing. And that's the time I think that we can get on a major US exchange like Coinbase. If I had a button to press right now that would list us on Coinbase, I would not touch it and I would not push it because it's not ready yet. But it looks like it's getting close. Now, again, they have two ways of going about doing this. They could now that it seems like the SEC is out of the picture, VeVe and Acomi can say like, hey, we're going to start on getting some really small exchanges. And then after each one, we get a little bump, more news comes out, a little bit more marketing, and then end with Coinbase. Or they could just go off, and do Coinbase right at the first stop. Everyone gets pumped, but then and the other stuff will probably get listed for free after that, but they don't get the really pumps out. So I would like to see them do exchanges in a way that goes from small to big. But again, they have more writing on this than I do. They know it's best. So I'm going to trust them. Anyway, why I talked about Paul Grohl is because of that, but also Jeremy Hogan had said the Coinbase case was dismissed with prejudice, meaning that it cannot be refiled later, not even a settlement agreement with some minor concessions. I guess this SEC is not waiting for Atkins to be confirmed before making the big crypto move. And then Brad Garlinghouse had said, suffice to say it, as I know there are lots of impatient people, including me, this SEC has demonstrated a clear interest in moving on quickly from the failed regulation by enforcement policies of the last administration. Chavez, weren't you just talking about Bitcoin and the hack? Government is very good at getting people to look one way while doing something another way. They're like magicians. Pay attention to what's going on over here so that they can move something over here without you noticing. And I think that a lot of these people were having this knee-jerk reaction to the hack. People were selling. Oh my God! I literally saw a post that from a person that had like tens of thousands of followers. Is like, guys, I think the bull run's over. It's like, are you? This is why I'm okay with like some. I can't even say what I was about to say. I don't like, for the first time ever, last couple of weeks, retail does not have the majority of Bitcoin. It is institutions. And we're gonna have to deal with the consequences. Now, likely, consequences are gonna be great for people that hodl, but for the people that kind of get emotional and stuff, it never works out for them anyway. This type of stuff, I think, is you're going to see some manipulation. I mean, you already do regardless. But with excitement around the coin, again, right now it's pretty much at an all-time low, but that can change on a dime. Like I said, with the next couple of months, VeVeVerse, Stacker, affiliate marketing program, maybe a couple of exchanges. It now seems like things are setting up and the stars are aligning where they should be able to get some of these done. But again, they'd probably like to market a little bit first. There's the ones that as Revenge Seagull is great. But yeah, dude, it's so cool. Freaking love it. It's amazing. I'll be on Darcy Donovan's space tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about Income Island, metaverse update, like VeVe has. I'll be going promoting VeVe on there. Movies, NFTs, crypto, etc. Was I still not? Damn, I still had a bunch of news to go over. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done. I don't think I'll be able to get it done. Oh, my friend. Sorry, had a friendo. It says, love Prismatic. Yeah, everyone loves Pokemon. We all live in a Pokemon world, Mr. James. Good morning, Randy. When we start moving out, once people catch on to the VeVe announcement, community has been waiting for this forever, right? Yeah, and so you've obviously had beta testers, so a lot of the bugs will have likely been worked out, but Now we're rolling out to a whole bunch of people here. There might be some bugs, but I think that as people use it, I think some bugs are fun. And when I say it, like, there's a bunch of bugs in Pokemon Gen 1, and they were like some of the most fun things about the game. You can get like a Mew at like level 7. You can get like a Nidoking at level 100 before you get to the first gym. You can get Mew again at level 7 before you even get to Misty. There's a bunch of things like there's a bunch of broken things in Gen 1 Pokemon that are incredible. And maybe you get one or two of those things on here. Like, hey, this wasn't supposed to happen, but this is really cool that you can do this. But yeah, I don't know what again, you might have to wait for like they could do all of this. Like there's some times where it mostly happens in human hospitals, but happen in animal hospitals too, where you could do everything right for minutes, life-saving techniques, and did not work. Every now and then, once you stop the life-saving technique, suddenly, oh, now they're like, what just happened? Again, the VeVe community, the token is like a sick patient. And right now, Ben is a doctor coming in, and he's prescribing all of these meds. He's prescribing all these surgeries. He's the surgeon himself. And maybe not necessarily taking out the cancer or anything, but coming in and giving appropriate meds to alleviate the symptoms while he works on the underlying issues. And what is the invisible hand? I forget who said that. We talked about the invisible hand of the market. You have Ben as a doctor doing everything he can, and it may very well work. In a couple months, as things start to roll out, you might see token go crazy, especially because OMI is going to be listed as a metaverse token. As freaking nuts. But you have that invisible hand of the market that will come in eventually. It could come in tomorrow. It could come in 8 months from now, 9 months from now. It could come in December of this year, maybe even January of the next. We might not get. OMI might stay down here for another 10 months. No idea. But at some point, as digital collectibles become cool again, where is it going to be in the cycle? I have no idea. It'll go crazy. So it's likely going to be either one of those two things. Maybe they come like together. I remember last year when Blackpink was being announced, the crypto Wendio crypto, that lady, she had said like this might be what the market needs to like the NFT market needs to like get turned around. Now, obviously that didn't happen, but the fact that people were talking about it, like, hey, this could be the spark that lights the keg that kicks off the NFT bull market. And then, in December, it kind of seemed like, okay, we might be getting there again. And then, Trump launched a meme coin in January, as did Melania and everything. And yeah, it'll happen eventually. I don't know when. That is literally a $100 billion question. But the excitement will come one way or the other. It'll come from what Ben's doing, or it'll come from the hype that'll come in with the narrative and the invisible hand, or just if they fusion they do both together. That'd be cool. Herbo and B says, "Man, Tune in Tokyo back in the days was raw. What is Tune in Tokyo? I want sushi so bad." Ben says, "We do make noise about MCP." Yeah, I saw that, and I could have sworn I screenshot it, but I guess yeah. Been going over that the last 90 minutes on live. Wild times. Yeah. One of the good things of having there's so many scams out there. Never been scammed on VeVe. Ain't nobody draining my wallet on VeVe. David actually just sent me a link. for the CNBC hackers. Steals 1.5. That was biggest ever crypto heist. Bybit, major cryptocurrency exchange, has been hacked to the tune of 1.5 billion in digital assets in what's estimated to be the largest crypto heist in history. Attacks on compromised Bybit's cold wallet and offline storage system designed for security. Stolen funds, primarily in Ether, were quickly transferred across multiple wallets and liquidated through various platforms. And again, Ben Giles says, please rest assured that all other cold wallets are secure, trying to make sure that people are okay. And blockchain analysis firms, including Elliptic and Arkham Intelligence, traced the stolen crypto as it was moved to various accounts and swiftly offloaded. The hack far surpasses previous steps in the sector, according to Elliptic. That includes the 611 million stolen from Poly Network in 2021, the 570 million drained from Binance in 2022. Yeah, wild times. Prismatic Evolution's ETB Pokemon Center version sold for retail $60 hairs is now selling a secondary for $330. Damn. Cubon LT says quantum computing could jeopardize Bitcoin. We kind of already went through that worry last year. Last year when I think it was Willow. It might have been even last month. It might have been last year. In the last couple of months, when Willow came out and like, hey, this could destroy Bitcoin with these new quantum chips. The only ones that really have it right now are Google. They're not going to do that. Eventually, could it? Sure. But there's also people I'll say like, well, if we could get the idea that they might try to do it, we could just fork Bitcoin. We could do whatever. And but we had already had that freak out, or the market had already had that freak out. I don't expect the market to necessarily do that again, but maybe. I mean, generally, whenever the public freaks out about something, like they freaked out about Rona in 2020, and there's been multiple times where the media is like, guys, this is a new Rona, this is a new whatever, and the public's just like we're done with it. They're done being scared. Como says, don't sleep on the various dioramas that can be used in the VeVeVerse. It will be key to quick, awesome looking scenes. Been picking up a few. Yeah, I really want to. Really want to. The band says, yes. Lazarus. How do we spell Lazarus? And let's see, marketplace. I'm really good at Lazarus. Yep. Lazarus Group. Thanks, Ben. Off the top math, Randy. Better to stack a few expensive low mints or butt tons of cheap comics? Generally, you do see more gains with the commons. And so if we talk about, let's say like MC1s, I think in 2021, MC1 secret rares, I think they were at like $1,400 at the low when they first came out. And then they went to like 50. So let's go super conservative and say like, actually, maybe they were down to 1,000. And then you had a couple sales at like 50, right? So that did a 50x. The MC1 commons were down to like $2. And they were being sold for like 600. That's a 300x. So the commons, and this is true across all of these collectibles, the commons would outperform their secret rare counterparts. The commons would outperform everything. And it did that because, well, I don't know why, but that was consistent across collectibles, across comics, anything that was cool. I guess because you don't have, like, not everyone could afford 20, 30, 40 grand for a secret rare. Like, okay, well, I can get the common for a couple hundred, and then it goes 700. Like, it was nuts. Brock McBlockchain probably made, let's do it right now, because he had hundreds of those fucking things. Let's say he had 300. He likely made six figures off of those comics. He bought a bunch of those commons at like $2. I didn't know he was selling them for hundreds. It was nuts. It was like the greatest god. He's a god. So yeah. But again, if you're going to talk about like a Grail versus a cheap comic that is from not a Grail, like it's from a different comic, then I would say the Grails. But if there's a difference between, hey, Fantastic Four #1 secret rare, Fantastic Four #1 common, versus Fantastic Four #1 secret rare, and then like Spider Boy #7 common. It's like, okay, like depending on the type of common, if it's within the same comic, good. It's completely different, probably not good. Is Cryptoy still around? I don't know. To my knowledge, there. I mean, we could just check. Why do I keep losing my blankie? Sorry. Let us do Cryptoys. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, yeah. Only if, yeah. I think if they're ever liberated, the young people will assimilate really quickly, and be net positives on the earth. Just those small bad. But yeah, these groups have caused a lot of damage. I wonder what, I'm not gonna, reunification of the two Koreas. I wonder if that's a possible thing. We're looking at Cryptoys, right? Okay, Cryptoys. I will follow him wherever he may go. Sorry. They have 23,000 followers, and their last post, they repost a lot, but they, they haven't posted in a while. Oh my God, Cryptoys, what is all you do is, okay, on January 16th, they say tap and hold in 4K. Hey, there's David. And this Darth Vader, he looks pretty cool. The chibi version of Darth Vader. That guy's pretty dope. And the last time they posted was over a month ago, on 16 January. We got 2,000, and this is Vader too. Well, let me. Oh man, the last 3 posts, one on 16 January, one on 14 January, and then one on 25 December. Bro. Yeah, they're done. Not looking good there, Wes. Japan is sitting on 32 sub 50. Wait, for what? Oh, damn, for comics, sub 50s, I have a couple, but not. Damn. That you got a lot. You getting that bread, bro. You getting that bread. And again, shout out from Potsy Weber saying, can someone please build a way for me to display my collectibles on my smart TV? VV Smart TV app? Need a lawyer? Call me. Build an app, not me. Sullivan and Galshaw, New York City. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Send that to Dr. Profit. Herb Ombies, I build you an app. Get him, Herb. Get him. Google TV is working on it. I know someone. Face orange TV shape. Oh, very good. Very good. Love that. Heather Hayes, I've been here since 2021. I feel like this community is built on OMI holders, and the #1 way to bring in new users is through OMI. I'm positive that Ben knows that. I mean, you don't become co-CEO of a company without knowing the history. And I believe that one of the ways that Ben will grow the company is by helping to focus on OMI, or at least letting Akomi grow, letting Akomi do its thing, maybe potentially help funding them. I believe that like that's one of the weapons in his arsenal. There's in season 6 of Gilmore Girls, 7? I think it was season 6. Maybe season 7. Logan does something stupid because I hate his face, but Logan does something stupid and Rory's mad at him. And he's trying to go through every option that he can to get her back. And one of the options is like going to her mom. And she'd be like, and he's like, I'm not. Lorelai's like you like destroyed my daughter. You like broke her heart. Why would I ever help you? And then Logan's like, I am not giving up until I've exhausted every option. And you're an option. I think that Ben knows that. I mean, what he's doing will work, but he does have that ace in the hole. He does have that arrow in his quiver where he can go and say, like, this worked last time. Let's see if it can work again. I guarantee you that's one of the things that he's either developing or is having somebody else develop, something to do with OMI to bring in users. I don't know what it would be. I don't know how he would do it, but I know that if he's worth his salt, which I 100% think he is, that's an option for him. Might be on the back burner, might be working on other more important stuff first, or he might be like, I'm going to wow them with this. But I guarantee you he's thinking about that and likely working on it. I have zero proof. Mr. Evans was fam. What will each of you put first in the VeVeVerse? Oh, Loki's. Got to be my Loki's. For me, it will be Ultimate Animate. Oh yeah, the Secret Rare Spider-Man. Yeah, that's I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty sweet flex. In the first room with all the golden moments. Damn, brother. Damn, brother. That's such a flex. Says, Ben wore the gold. Yeah, he did. He did wear. I saw that. I was like, oh damn, Ben, you got one. Well, he got a hat anyway. What was it? Adam Smith. Who's Adam Smith? Let me know. Hey, was good morning. Good morningkins. How's it going, fam? Hope you're doing well. Goes, I own all the collectibles to create the OG Star Wars on Tatooine diorama where Luke is buying droids from the Jawas. That is so freaking cool. Yes, Tatooine. It's small, out of the way. The Controlled Federation have no presence there. How can you be sure? It's controlled by the Hutts. The Hutts! The track! Hi there, hey. Let's watch John's cryptotherapy on any OMI video where he makes it clear that whales are in charge here. Whatever good news we get, does OMI need to get on more exchanges for those to be less whale games? No, yes and no. There needs to be interest in buying the token. Having more exchanges right now will not fix that. Anyone wants to get OMI, they could pretty much get OMI. It's really not that hard. Buy Ethereum on Coinbase, open a Coinbase wallet, send Ethereum there, and swap. I know it sounds difficult for anyone to be like, whoa, you just, what? It could be a 30-second video. Have a Coinbase account, deposit money, use that money to buy Ethereum. Okay, now what do? Now you open up a Coinbase wallet. It's just another app. Just use that to trade. It's like, okay, well, now what do? You see these two little things up over here? You click that, and you click receive. You receive Ethereum. Okay. Oh, okay, I got that. Now what do? Now you go back to your Coinbase, and you go to send, and you send your Ethereum. Okay, got it. Transfer, sending. Okay, where? You paste the address you just copied. Okay, you sent. A couple minutes later, it's in your Coinbase wallet. Okay, now what do? Now you hit the swap button, and you swap your Ethereum because it's the only thing that you have there, and you swap for, and then you type in Akomi, then it's it. If you want to get super fancy with it, we could walk people through how to bridge Ethereum to Ethereum on base, and then getting that bread. But so again, if people really want to buy OMI, they can buy OMI. Exchanges are great for people to really buy it in an easy way, but it is you need to have people to want to buy it. We had BitGet, and they released us because there was nobody buying. They're not going to go on a top tier exchange or multiple exchanges unless there's reasons to buy, and one of them was just announced today, VeVeVerse. OMI will be a metaverse token at some point. Whenever we're allowed to transact in there, you got a chair, you have couches, you have toilet paper, like whatever it is, transact it in OMI, boom, metaverse token. Wendy O, you don't like Wendy O? I think she's nice. Herbo and B says, I'm putting my Todd in there and all my low mints with the sign next to them. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. So I see every MC1 common below 20 gems are a blessing. Mr. MC1 be stacking those. He's getting that bread. Oh, what the heck? It's a match. Yes. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just had a. Okay. Carbon B says MC1 issues with that is that there are so many. There are, but he's got a lot of them, and he'll continue stacking. Mom is like, on the one hand, all those original comics are super important. On the other hand, there were like 60,000. Yeah, there were a lot. But a lot of those are in bot accounts, and they're never going to see the light of day again. Excuse me. Cool, Mo. Bought only before I looked at VV Disney Gold Moments. Yeah, preach, same. I mean, I was VV well before Gold Moments, but yeah, I bought OMI well before. Best performing token in early 2021, let me tell you. Adam Smith was the Wealth of Nations. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that was even good call there, Herb. Good call. Is it herb or herb? Herb sounds like herbs that you put in food, and herb sounds like just like a name of like an old man. Call Me Philly says, I also found VV through the OMI token. A lot of us did. Cuban LT says, I buy my OMI on Stacker with USDC. That's true. You can do that. Good point. Love Stacker. Oh, my tummy's making the rumblies that only hands can satisfy. Do y'all remember Llamas with Hats? That was such a good freaking YouTube. Oh my God. My whole right side of my body is like destroyed today. Kumal says, you mentioned the other night, maybe the city in the background of Metaverse Lice VV scene could be the Disneyverse. Given any more thought to that? Asking for a friend. It's unlikely, but oh my God, that is my great white hope. If I have any, what's that name of the song? If I could grant you one wish it could be the way you kiss. My one wish would be, well, I mean, I'd wish for a lot of things, and probably, honestly, it'd probably just be that only goes to like $6. But no, I have a wish related to VeVeVerse. That would be it. It's likely just static. It's like, but oh man, there is a greater than 0% chance that it does have something to do with that. And what I mean by that is that, okay, you can't get to that city. That city just represents what another metaverse might be, and maybe it's something having to do with Disney. Yeah, I'd say greater than 0% chance. Probably less than 2% chance. Probably even like more towards like less than 1.5% chance. But the fact that it's still possible, bruh. Palmy Philly says Ultraman. Herb, like that ish people use to smoke back. The herb, yeah, I got that herb. Yeah, I got that chronic girl. Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this morning? Or do you need there? Wait, what? Oh my God. Anyway, so we'll go on for another minute. Here's a thought. OMI becomes the currency in the Disneyverse. Likely not going to happen. It could be a currency that other metaverses use. Yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't be a thing. I could see why that would be fine. It becomes a currency that, yeah, I could see that. I would even go along and say that if anyone, well, not that OMI would be used as a main currency, maybe a currency. There's a lot of reasons to think that people would want to use OMI because the fees are cheap, at least on base. And if you go and say, like, if OMI becomes a big success, like I think it will, everyone will say, like, oh, we're using OMI too, and that will just bring in the OMI holders. There is that, yeah. So if you go on and say, like, if I have a metaverse that I create, I never would, but let's say if I did, and I say, like, hey guys, we're now accepting OMI, just because I want to siphon off the users off of VeVe and the VeVeVerse, but yeah, OMI's really big. If we say we're accepting OMI, people will come to us just because of that. So you'll probably get that. Does Disney have to do that? No, Disney will get people anyway. But I think that because they're so closely, kind of married there, like Chang and Ang, they weren't married; they were just twins. But anyway, I think that they could say, like, yeah, we could accept, have people transact in OMI in the Disneyverse or whatever. OMI on the, yeah, it's a dream. Maybe one day. Maybe someday. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye to Dashi. Bye bye, Dashi. I heard a knock up on my door the other day. Open